Hey, this is Dragon Feather, and this is going to be a continuation of my divination video. I said that I was going to show you guys how to use all the divination tools that I have. I only have a few compared to all the ones that there are in the world. But the one that I'm going to be working with today is a pendulum. Woo! Here's my pendulum. And how I'm going to go over just a more in-depth explanation of pendulums than I did in my divination video, because I just briefly went over it. Like, I mentioned it and how to figure out how it works and stuff like that, but I'm going over that again. So yes, a pendulum is like a form of divination that's like yes or no, as if you know what you're looking for, as like tarot is a more very in-depth explanation. Tarot is a very expository form of divination, but tarot, I'm not good with tarot. I will do a video when I have a deck, but as of right now we're going with pendulums. So pendulums. Usually what you're supposed to do in the store is you're supposed to take the pendulum, and this one actually didn't come with a string, I had to have one for it, and this string is not very good. I usually use a chain like the one around my neck, or the chain that I have for other jewelry. This pentacle actually came with this rope. This is a chain that I use for it because it's nice and it doesn't give me rashes like this cord does. So okay, here we go. What you're supposed to do when you find a pendulum is, I would bring if you guys go to a New Age store to look for one, I would bring a chain with you and ask them if you could see it, and if you can connect it up and hook it up and test it out. But if you can't do that, then try and really feel the energies of it to try and pick it out. But picking out a pendulum that works for you is going to be the hardest part. Using it is not going to be the hardest part. Picking the right one will be. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it at the store if they let you try this out. And what you're going to do is, the first thing is you're going to try and move it significantly with your mind. Now when I say with your mind, I mean with your subconscious mind. And by that, I mean the muscle movement in your arm, obviously twitching it. And you're going to try and hold it as still as you can, but try and get at least a decent amount of movement out of it, like this, or like that, or like meh, no, that's not going to happen. Or like, you know, instead of it just staying still like it is right now, like you want to see something like that, or like that. So you want to see a significant movement. And then if that happens, if it doesn't, or if they don't let you, you might be doing this at home as well. And then after you see that happen, however long it's taking you, you're going to say, show me yes and show me no. And yes can be clockwise, or it can be up and down. And when you say show me no, it can be counterclockwise or back and forth. Mine, at first I thought it was this way and this way, but actually as I've been using it, it's been more of like clockwise and counterclockwise. And it'll be different for everyone. So that's how to figure out how your pendulum works. So how to actually use one. What you're going to do is you're going to look at it, and you're going to really focus on a question. You're not going to just be like, hey bro, how's my day going to go today? Yes for good, bad for no, no for bad. You're not going to do that. You're going to actually sit there and think of a decent question, like, will Hecate work with me sooner? Like, will Hecate work with me within the next month? And you're going to really, really think about it, and you're going to focus your intent on it, and it's almost kind of a meditation. That's the kind of state you want to get into. You don't want to be in a place where you'll be distracted, because divination is very private and very focus demanding. It's very self-demanding and attention demanding. So yeah, if you guys don't know who Hecate is, people call her the Dark Mother, the Dark Goddess. Excuse me, and if you guys want, since she's a very popular goddess in witchcraft and magic, I'll do a video just on her. I actually haven't had a I haven't had a contact with her yet, because I'm waiting till I'm 18 to really get into ritual and stuff. And if you guys haven't seen my update video, that was without. Anyway, tangents, yay, no notes, so I go crazy. Alright, so then you're going to ask it, and you might be there for a while. You might be sitting there for a while. So if I say, will Hecate be working with me sooner or later? Or will Hecate be working with me in the next month? I mean, February is kind of almost in, but you know. And if, let's just say it goes like this. You know, I actually moved that. This is not my arm. But if it did that, then it would say no. And, you know, it's really you, depending on how you interpret your answers, but pendulums are pretty straightforward. And then you go like this. If it went like this slightly, it's not going to show you that much movement. It'll actually probably only show you like that much, if that much at all. It's kind of hard to show it on camera, like purposely make it move for you guys, because normally I'm very attentive to small, tiny movements. But yeah, so that's how you would really judge it. And that's just one of the many things you can ask it. I would say since it is a divination tool, don't ask, am I going to get a chicken McNugget meal because you've been craving one? Don't ask it things like that. Ask it things that are going to better yourself. Like, something that you could ask it to like better your spiritual stuff is, I had something and then I lost it because I decided to do something else in my head. Well, Hecate one would be one to help your spiritual growth. Another thing is you can ask it a question about how you should do your rituals, or how you're doing your rituals. Like say, is using my chalice, this is just, you know, you don't have to ask it this kind of question, but if you're curious, like is using my chalice in every single ritual helpful to helpful for a helpful way for me to do it, a helpful way for me to be better, I guess. I actually had a really good example, but I lost it, so I'm like, yeah, so, yeah. And that's pretty much how to use a pendulum, and how they work and stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, you move it, so pendulums are bullshit. A lot of people think a lot of divination forms are stupid. I don't really think any of them are stupid. I just am ignorant to the fact on how they work or have never used them, like tarot. I'm iffy on tarot. Only because I believe that people use it at Psychic Guy. I believe that Psychic Guy, like, their business is mainly on tarot. And I don't think that you should have other people do tarot for you. I think you should do it for yourself, unless you really, really want to pay somebody to do tarot readings for you, or psychic readings. And though I think psychic readings can be very accurate, I would recommend you do it with somebody that you know, and not a complete stranger, because I don't want a complete stranger to know that much about me. And that's just my personal view on, like, psychic reading. But I do think tarot's good for yourself, or to have close family members or close friends to do it for you. And so on and so forth. But that is basically how to use a pendulum. I've heard some people wear their pendulums as necklaces. I've worn mine as a necklace, but only because I didn't want to lose it where I was at the time. Because I didn't realize I took it with me, and so I wore it around my neck so I wouldn't lose it. And I don't recommend you guys wearing your pendulums just because they might get lost. Or stolen if they fall off. But anyway, that's all there is for this video. Any questions or comments about this topic, let me know and I'll help you out if you need it. But until next time, blessed be and happy pendulum working, and bye.